Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Mark Isaac Potter. I want to publicly apologize to our guest, Matt Gluckstein, because I totally forgot about our show. I've been telling people for at least a year that I'm becoming having more dementia and getting older, even though I'm only 74. I was beaten so much as a child, I'm probably aged about 114. So but Mac, being the nice guy that he is, why sent me a hot poker through the mail and taught it how to go up my ass. So we we're here thanks to Mac only, not to me. So
Thank
Mac,
you. Thank
tell
you.
us
No,
about you.
thank
You're
you. I'm
you're
very,
great. You're a great man.
thank you.
Tell
No,
us
I'm
about
just
you.
very grateful for your
Well,
presence and
bless
having me
you. Just
here and really doing what you're doing. And you're so kind. And so before we started, I just wanted to say that and thank you so much for
well,
having me here. So
many blessings. We'll talk a little shop here. I would like to do two short shows instead of one long one. Would that be okay?
that would work.
Okay,
That
so
would
we'll
work.
have you want a 10-minute show, an 8-minute show? What do you want? I'm gonna set the alarm the way
I
of the
can do 15 minutes.
you sure?
Yeah, can you roll for 15, 20 minutes?
Oh yeah, I've got a timer here that can set
I don't mind.
14:30 and then we'll do another 14:30. All right, folks. So I'm just going to give this to Mac to talk about what he wants. I've got to go over and remember to send him a link from his first show. So I'm going to be staring at the computer like a complete idiot while Mac tells you what's on his heart. He's a genius. He's a teacher. I think he's running for Premier of Canada, and I bet he'll get it. So, plus, I have five blonde women and two redheads that want to. This is a family show. I can't say what they want.
Yes, yes,
All
thank
right,
you.
Mac,
So
take
otherwise you might have to bleep it. So
it. Take it away, dog. While I go over here and
thank
remember
you.
to
Thank you.
do
No,
your
I
thing.
just wanted to say that there's so much beauty really in this world and you just really have to see it, and that's really what's on my heart right now, is
Oh,
that everyone's so unique in their own way and you just have to see them where they're at. And
well,
so I'm on a growth journey, and
right.
I believe in the power of growing, whether that's through
That's why
education.
you've gotten taller since the last show.
Yes, that's exactly. So
Okay.
we should tell the viewers and the people listening that you measured me. You actually sent a beautiful lady to come and
Yes.
measure how tall I am. So
Yeah, she wanted to find a way into his bedroom, and I think she did. So you know
but
how it is.
yeah, no, I just believe in the value of being empowered and listening to podcasts, which I do when I do have some time, if I'm eating or if I'm doing
Oh,
something
good.
around the house. And
Okay. You
and
got to
yeah,
learn me a little bit about podcasts, by the way, someday.
I will. I'd
I
be more than
post
happy
on
to teach
YouTube,
you.
but I call it a TV show, and it's probably not. It's probably, I don't know. Just anyway, just go ahead and tell us what's on your heart today. I love
Yeah,
the fact that you're thinking
eh,
about beauty. That's pretty cool.
yeah, and it's just really having conversations that resonate with people, and
Okay.
how they resonate with people is really, I believe, up to the questions and whether people are vulnerable or they want to share what's on their heart at the end of the day. So, and
Yeah.
it's not something that's easy for anyone, right, to share.
Right.
So it's
Right.
really
Right.
just not. I had a conversation with a friend a few weeks ago, and he says, in order really to connect with people, it's not just hi, how are you, because people usually just say okay, I'm okay.
Yeah, they blow that
but
off. Yeah. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
if you say something that can resonate with them, and this was a great example, and that's why I'm bringing up this story. It's like, how's the family, how's the kids, and then you get people talking about something that's more personal. So that's
Right.
really where I wanted to go with this, because I recalled this story. when you're doing when you're in the world doing personal development, when you're thinking of growing and you're surrounding yourself with people like that, they really not necessarily put you in your place, but they help you become better. And I'm glad
Okay.
that this story actually happened, that this discussion took place, because it got me thinking.
Okay.
And so I don't know if you've ever experienced something similar where you go and you ask somebody, how are you today? And they say, okay, but really, how okay are you? It's just really,
Yeah.
there's something under that. I don't know if you've ever experienced
No,
what I'm talking about here, but
I would have to say I've experienced it hundreds of times. I've, in my earlier life, I was very mobile. I would drive all over the San Francisco Bay Area. I was in 5 Toastmaster clubs. I gave 500 speeches.
wow.
So I'm, trying to get this thing to go to LinkedIn, but it doesn't.
Are you a DTM, a distinguished Toastmaster, or
No, hell no.
you
No,
never pursued
well,
to the
I pursued it, but I just, let me don't play that. You know what I'm saying? Jumping through the books. I started 5 books because you have to complete five
right?
books to get to some level. I don't remember
Yes,
what that level is. Remember now. I'm putting this link in your LinkedIn, right? That's where you want it.
sounds good. And
You don't like things going to your email.
no, I like things in LinkedIn.
And by
And
the way, folks, you do want to follow Mac in his LinkedIn, not in his email, because he doesn't. He's just, he's a nice guy who has like me, he's an odd duck of sorts.
everyone has their uniqueness.
Yeah, yes.
Everyone, and you just really have to see it, and that's the beauty in the world. So, and no, I wanted to ask you, because I went through some Toastmaster stuff, and I believe it had a huge impact on me. And this was a few
Yeah.
years ago. And I made it to where I did 10 speeches, and then I decided that was as far as I wanted to go at that point. But I do see the value, because getting up there every week, or doing a speech, for writing a speech and actually getting up there and memorizing that, and just giving a discussion is really important tool that we need to harness. So it sounds like you got the bug to do this because of your 500 speeches and driving all around the San Francisco Bay Area. So that
Well,
really had an impact on you, Toastmasters, I guess.
yeah, and here's more to the story, which is that most of those 500 speeches I did at Toastmasters
Wow.
because I was in 5 clubs, like I said, and I kept a spreadsheet, which then I later lost because I wanted a spreadsheet because I knew somebody later in life would say, "Oh, that's impossible," and I could pull out the spreadsheet, but God likes to make jokes, so he said, "Oh no, I'm not going to let you keep this spreadsheet because you want to brag." So
I
I
imagine
lost.
you could have go on.
Anyway, that's enough of that.
No, I imagine you could have had a discussion at one of these whatever you want to call it, get-togethers, or, as I've heard the expression, a cocktail party, and you just whip out this piece of paper and say, "Here, I did 500 speeches." So it's a great talking point,
By the way, by
especially
the
if you want
way,
to pick up women, I guess.
well, I don't know. You and I are both going to get nailed to a cross and rename Jesus for our talking about ladies the way
I'm
we
just
do. But
joking. I'm
I'm
kidding.
an old goat. I'm sitting here with your first show, and I need a title for the
Uh-huh.
show. What title do you want it to have?
I don't know. We'll have to let me think about it.
I want to post it, so
The Boy
I
Wonder? I don't know.
could just call it the Mac. Well, you tell me, or I'll make something up. I could
I
call it the
will.
Mac Gluckstein Show, or I could say Boy Wonder, or whatever you.
Yeah,
I let the clients, for better or worse, I let the clients pick the titles.
just call it the Mac Gluckstein episode.
Okay, well, yeah, I'm gonna say Mac Gluckstein episode 1. How's that? Because today will be 2 and 3.
Sounds good.
All right, boss. Here we go. Okay, You were saying something about how you and Abraham Lincoln were conspiring to do what?
That's before my time.
Well, I grew up with Abraham Lincoln's father, so I figured you were.
Yeah. Yeah,
Gluck,
no.
Matt Gluckstein show number 1. Okay, now while you're here, folks, I want to prove I'm going to post this right now while we're talking, because I have been, what's the word? I've been a bad person, I guess. I was going to say something else, but I can't.
No,
I've just,
this is a family show.
it is?
Yeah, you told me we're going to be censored
We're
by
underwritten
people.
by Hugh Hefner's daughter, Christine. What you say?
No, we don't want to be censored, right? I don't know. I don't know what happens.
Did you hear the joke I just said?
Yeah, I did.
All right.
It was
So
good.
you
Thank
got
you.
5 minutes left on this one for second show. Tell
What?
us some more
No,
stuff or
I was
inspire
just
the young people coming up.
who's your audience? Is it young, old? Is it
I,
does it
I,
vary? What's the demographics? Who's actually
I
who's
well,
watching and listening, and who's resonating with the guests
yeah,
and the interviews that you're doing?
I can honestly say, just like at the TV station, because I've been there now 24 years, we have no idea who the demographic really is.
Right.
I imagine that because I'm an older person, this would more resonate with older people, but I do not know that to be a fact.
Right.
So, but we do, I'm posting your show right now on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest,
Thank you.
Tumblr, and YouTube. Of course, it's already been on YouTube.
Oh, it
We
was
used to,
already on. Okay.
we used to do Mix, but Mix doesn't take me anymore. I don't know why.
Oh,
And
that's how you used to post.
yeah, and I like posting on other sites, but they're so labor intensive that I charge more for them. I
Hmm.
haven't. You don't know this. I think a lot of my guests now don't even know that I do this, but I do have both a free option, which is what you're doing right now, and I have a paid option. I have several paid options for the show
Right.
with extra features.
Does that mean
Okay, so
somebody can be a sponsor and
well,
you can do an
yeah.
infomercial
If
kind of thing and
I need to buy things like meatloaf and bread and
yes,
corn
all the
biscuits and
staples.
yeah, and I have to buy staples. I don't like the taste of staples, but put a little ketchup on them. So
Yes.
your post was sent. There it is. Okay, I just went up on X and I put it up on Tumblr. Now I'm going over to Pinterest. But no, I like posting on everywhere else, but the ones I post on are automatic within YouTube. If you go to the share button on YouTube, all the ones I usually post on are automatically there.
Hmm.
To post on everything else like Instagram and Thread and Blue Sky, I have to go to each one individually and upload something from the desktop.
Right. I'm
So
just
that,
hearing about Blue Sky. I heard about it last week. I was at
oh yeah,
a
there's a.
networking event.
Are you on Tik? Are you on TikTok at all?
Now that it's not banned again, but
Yeah, the people. Some of the people on TikTok have been telling us about many different other new apps,
right.
Clapper and
Never heard of that.
whatnot, and
Hmm.
so I've been saving that information. I
Right.
keep it in a place, and so you just went up on Pinterest, and let's see. Now that I changed the name of your show, I should send that to you in LinkedIn if I've got your because you got the working title the first time. Okay, we got 1 minute left, so I better sign off and sign back in.
Okay.
I love doing it this way because it shows the audience the behind the scenes. Folks, this is Mac Gluckstein, the handsome guy on the left, and I'm Mark, the guy that looks like 3 days of bad wind and rain on the right. We'll be back in a little bit, but in order to make this work, I've learned we actually turn it off, shut down, what's it called, Zoom, and then we have to come back. Otherwise, it makes it into one long show.
Okay.
Got 58 seconds left, so we're going, folks. We love you. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Thank you. Hugs to the audience.